In the early 1990s, Shabba Ranks was unstoppable. His deep, booming voice and electrifying beats ruled both the Caribbean and the international charts. Every club, every radio station, every sound system echoed his name. He wasn't just a musician, he was a force. The man who carried dancehall beyond Jamaica's shores. The world called him Mr. Loverman. But fame has two faces. Just as quickly as he rose to stardom, his empire began to crumble. A few controversial words, one televised moment, and the same doors that once welcomed him slammed shut. Record labels cut ties. Concerts vanished. The media turned cold. So, what happened to the man who once defined an entire genre? This is the story of Shabba Ranks, his rise, his fall, and his fight for redemption. Born Rexton Rolston, Fernando Gordon, on January 17, 1966, in Sturgetown, St. Anne, Jamaica. Shabba grew up in Seaview Gardens, Kingston, a community filled with rhythm, struggle, and raw talent. His father, Ivan Gordon, a bricklayer, worked hard to keep the family afloat. After his passing in 1990, Shabba's mother, Mama Christie, became the family's backbone. A strong woman who used her son's success to uplift the people of Seaview. Music was everywhere. In the streets, in the yards, in the air. As a teenager, Shabba took a job collecting bottles at a concert. The headliner that night, Josie Wales. But instead of working, Shabba stood still, mesmerized by the performance, the crowd, the rhythm, the energy. Something clicked inside him, a realization that this was his destiny. That single night transformed him from a dreamer to a believer. Days later, fate intervened. Josie Wales noticed the young man's fascination and offered him a chance to visit the recording studio. That small act of kindness became the first step in Shabba Ranks' extraordinary journey. At 16, Shabba stepped into the studio, nervous but ready. There he met King Jammy, one of dancehall's most respected producers. Jammy saw something rare, a raw fire, a voice that could cut through noise and command attention. He gave Shabba a chance to DJ under his first name, Co-Pilot. His debut track, Heat Under Sufferer's Feet, marked the beginning of his musical climb. It wasn't long before Co-Pilot was replaced with a name that would soon echo worldwide, Shabba Ranks. By 1988, he released his debut album, Rappin' with the Ladies, recorded in Queens, New York. Dancehall was still carving its global identity, and Shabba was about to push it further than anyone ever had. In 1989, his album, Just Reality, dropped. Among its tracks was Dembo, a song that would silently reshape global music. That rhythm, that cadence, would later form the backbone of reggaeton, a sound that dominates Latin music to this day. Shabba didn't just make hits, he made history. By the early 90s, Shabba Ranks had taken over. His style, sharp suits, thick gold chains, and a confidence that filled every room, became his signature. In 1990, he released As Raw as Ever. It won him his first Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album, making him the first dancehall artist to ever achieve that honor. A year later, Extra Naked earned him a second Grammy. 2 in 2 years. Shabba was now dancehall royalty. Then came Mr. Loverman, a song that defined his career, seductive, smooth, and unforgettable. The track was originally recorded by Deborah Glasgow, who tragically passed away from cancer at just 29. In tribute, Shabba re-recorded it with Chevelle Franklin. It became an international anthem, charting across continents and turning him into a global icon. From Jamaica to London, New York to Tokyo, Shabba Ranks was everywhere. He had done what no one before him had done. He brought dancehall to the world. But at his highest point, his downfall was already taking shape. In 1992, Shabba appeared on a British television show. During the interview, he was asked about Buju Banton's song Boom Bye Bye, a track condemned for promoting violence against the LGBTQ+ community. Shabba's response shocked the world. He said that those who abandoned biblical teachings should be crucified. Instantly, the outrage exploded. The host confronted him live on air. Activist groups called for boycotts. Concerts were cancelled. Bobby Brown's UK tour dropped him. He was labeled a troublemaker and banned from major festivals. In a matter of weeks, Shabba Ranks went from celebrated icon to cultural outcast. Months later, he released a public apology. "I now realize my words were wrong. I do not condone violence against any group of people. It is wrong, but the damage was done." The industry had moved on, and the gates of opportunity closed behind him. The fallout didn't just affect Shabba. It changed dancehall forever. Labels began dropping artists. Visas were revoked. Contracts now came with morality clauses. The genre that Shabba helped bring to the world was suddenly under attack. As the storm raged on, Shabba withdrew from the spotlight. He focused on family, marrying Michelle Gordon in 1992. Together they raised two sons, Rexton Jr. and John, far away from fame's chaos. For years, he lived quietly in the U.S., a legend in exile. After nearly 2 decades, Shabba stepped back into the music scene. In 2011, he released None a Dem, a bold statement of identity. He later collaborated with Tech N9 and made a surprise appearance in ASAP Ferg's hit Shabba, a song dedicated to his legacy. In 2024, after over 10 years away, Shabba performed again, first at a tribute for reggae legend Beverly Kelso, then at Reggae Land Festival in England, and finally at Reggae Love Fest in New York City. The crowds roared, chanting his name once more. Shabba was back, older, wiser, and finally at peace. Today, Shabba Ranks lives in New York City with his wife and sons. His reported net worth, around $2 million. His home, a 5,000-square-foot sanctuary, blends elegance with comfort, filled with reminders of both his triumphs and his trials. Though he stepped back from the spotlight, his impact never disappeared. His sound echoes in reggaeton, hip-hop, and Afrobeats. Every artist who mixes confidence with Caribbean rhythm owes a piece of their success to Shabba Ranks. From the streets of Kingston to the global stage, Shabba's story is one of ambition, controversy, and redemption. His voice broke barriers. His mistakes taught lessons, and his legacy lives on in every beat that makes the world move. He rose, he fell, he rose again. Shabba Ranks remains one of dancehall's most influential pioneers, but his story is also a reminder that one moment can change everything. So what do you think? Should Shabba Ranks have been forgiven sooner? Or were the consequences of his words justified? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the rise, fall, and rebirth of Black music legends.